10 days ago, I, Daniel Harper, stood outside my late mother's house in Willow Creek, a quiet suburb of Raleigh, North Carolina, on a humid September evening in 2024, staring at a front door that refused to open. The keys I'd been given after inheriting the place from my mother, Evelyn Harper, worked perfectly when I first visited after her funeral. Now, they were useless. The locks had been changed. And there, filming me with a smug grin, was Victoria Blake, the HOA president. Her phone aimed at me as I fumbled like a thief trying to break into my own home. "Residents of Willow Creek," she announced to her camera, her voice dripping with fake concern. "This is video evidence of an unauthorized occupant attempting to access restricted property." I ended up climbing through my own bedroom window, groceries spilling everywhere, cans rolling across the floor, while Victoria narrated my humiliation like it was some true crime documentary. The neighbors, people who used to nod politely when I visited Mom, watched like I was a criminal. Mrs. Larson peeked from her kitchen curtains. Mr. Thompson paused his lawn mowing to gawk, and the young couple down the street stood on their porch, whispering. Victoria had convinced them I was a fraud, a danger to their perfect little community. How did she know so much about my family? Details I'd never shared. Secrets buried deep in my past. And then, on the back of her business card, I found a note in my mother's handwriting. "She knows who you are." That single line turned my world upside down. Let me rewind. I thought inheriting Mom's house would be straightforward grief. Sign some papers. Maybe argue with cousins over her old teacups. Instead, it became a nightmare. 10 days earlier, I'd sat in a lawyer's office, papers spread across a sleek desk. "Mr. Harper," the lawyer said, adjusting his tie, "your mother, Evelyn, transferred the property to you 3 months ago, but insisted we delay telling you until now. Why the secrecy? The death certificate said she died of a heart attack 6 months ago. But something felt off, like a puzzle piece missing." I brushed it aside. Lawyers love their jargon, but now, as I stood in my living room, picking up crushed bread and soda cans, I heard keys jingling at the front door. My stomach dropped. Victoria was trying to get in. "You can't just walk into my house," I shouted, racing downstairs. But the lock was already turning. She stood there, holding a laminated badge, her voice loud enough for the neighbors to hear. "County Compliance Review." It was pure theater, her clipboard and fake seal convincing everyone she had authority. She demanded Evelyn's death certificate, claiming the house was a biohazard, citing health records she shouldn't have access to. How did this woman know my mother's medical history? The neighbors ate it up, their whispers growing louder, their stares colder. Desperate, I call my daughter, Lily, a 25-year-old real estate agent with a knack for digging up records. "Dad, slow down," she said, her voice steady over the phone as I sat in a Raleigh coffee shop, my hands shaking. I told her everything: the lockout, Victoria's fake inspection, the handwriting. 30 minutes later, Lily showed up with her laptop, her eyes sharp with determination. She pulled up county records and found no death certificate for Evelyn Harper. "Dad, this certificate's fake," she said, pointing to a number that didn't match the county's format. A call to the Vital Records office confirmed it. No record of Evelyn's death. Then Lily found something bigger. Evelyn wasn't just a resident. She was the founding president of the Willow Creek HOA, with Victoria as her secretary. And there, buried in the files, was a classified FBI cooperation agreement signed 3 months ago. My mother wasn't dead, she was alive. And Victoria was hiding something massive. We waited until Victoria's car left, then used a spare key Lily had cut to slip into the house. In the basement, behind a bookshelf, we found a hidden door leading to a law office. Evelyn Harper, Esquire, elder fraud specialist. My mother, who I thought was a retired librarian, had been investigating elder fraud. Her files detailed Victoria's crimes, 12 victims across 5 neighborhoods, forged documents, forced property sales. A folder labeled Operation Silver Shield revealed a multi-state fraud ring targeting seniors. Photos showed me as a child, but labeled James Harper, me real name. Changed 15 years ago when I ran from family shame after abandoning mom. Victoria knew my secret and was using it to destroy me. Lily found a contact for Agent Carter, FBI Elder Fraud Task Force. When she called, his voice was urgent. Mr. Harper, your mother's alive. In federal protection. Victoria suspects she's onto her network. We need you to keep Victoria distracted for a sting operation. Evelyn had faked her death to infiltrate a $15 million elder fraud ring called Operation Silver Shield. My public humiliation was evidence for RICO charges. The next night, at an emergency HOA meeting in the Willow Creek Community Center, I walked in with Lily, my heart pounding. Neighbors glared, ready to vote me out. Victoria rolled in a projector, her navy suit crisp, her smile venomous. Tonight, we protect our community from a fraud, she declared, showing my name change documents, photos of supposed property violations. I played defeated. As Agent Carter coached, maybe I don't deserve this house after abandoning my mother. The crowd nodded, satisfied, as Victoria gloated. Then the lights cut out. Emergency lighting flickered, and a screen descended, showing Evelyn, alive, in a federal facility. Hello, neighbors, she said calmly. You're discussing my son, James. The room gasped. Victoria's face went white. You're supposed to be dead, she stammered. Agent Carter stood, badge gleaming. Victoria Blake, you're under arrest for RICO violations across 12 states. Screens lit up with evidence, $2. $5 million in transfers. Victim testimonies. Surveillance of Victoria with criminal associates. Neighbors who'd voted against me looked horrified. Mrs. Larson whispered. She lied to us. Mr. Thompson dropped his pen. The young couple clutched each other, realizing they'd been pawns. But Victoria wasn't done. Black SUVs screeched into the parking lot, not her associates, but FBI SWAT teams. You turned this into a war, she hissed at Carter. Radio chatter confirmed her network's collapse. Phoenix forgers arrested. Vegas launderers raided. Portland enforcers detained. Victoria offered to testify for protection. Her empire crumbling. Later, in a federal safe house, I hugged Evelyn, tears streaming. James, I watched her torment you, she whispered. I couldn't break cover. Lily joined us, meeting her grandmother, our family healing after years apart. Evelyn had risked everything, documenting Victoria's network for 18 months, saving 47 families from ruin. The aftermath was surreal. Victoria got life in prison. Her $63 million in stolen assets returned to victims. Willow Creek became a model for elder protection. Property values soaring. Evelyn received the FBI Director's Award, and I was named National Director of Elder Fraud Prevention, with Lily as a task force specialist. The Harper Act passed, mandating federal oversight of HOAs. 2 years later, in 2026, we're installing security systems in Florida, fighting copycat networks targeting families like ours. Evelyn, now 77, trains agents. Lily tracks property crimes. Our family's pain became a mission to protect others. But here's the twist. Evelyn revealed Victoria targeted us for revenge, tied to a 20-year-old grudge from before her criminal days. What secrets link our family to a mastermind like her? And why do new fraud rings keep mentioning our name? Comment below. Have you ever faced a neighbor who turned your life upside down? What would you do if you learned your family's past held secrets that made you a target? Would you risk everything to expose a criminal, knowing it could cost your family? Like, subscribe, and share your stories. Let's spark a debate about trust, betrayal, and justice.